I'm a simple guy with no extravagant desires. I had a girlfriend, a small apartment, and no children, but that can always change in the future. My partner, Alashka, is quite the fashionista and loves indulging in expensive things. Despite having the means to buy a car long ago, she only recently purchased one after a promotion at work. But why? Well, her salary increased, and her status along with it. And of course, my dear Alashka insisted she needed a car too. However, as they say, buying things doesn't always guarantee trouble-free experiences. Our car came equipped with all sorts of fancy gadgets like cameras and a video recorder as gifts. I was ecstatic and couldn't wait to drive it, but Alashka decided to let her mom use it to pick her up. Then her cousin's brother also came into town, and the car was in demand again. In just a month, surprise, surprise, we encountered some issues. The electronics started acting up, and I had to take it to the service center for repairs. They fixed it, but just when we thought our problems were behind us, another surprise sprung up. The hydraulics malfunctioned. So back to the service station we went. Alashka, true to her ways, pouted her lips and hastily ran off to a nearby coffee shop, leaving me behind with the car. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to observe the men at work. I hadn't had much free time to witness such laborers in action, even when it came to my own car. But today was an exception. Alashka wasn't buzzing in my ear, and the mechanic seemed talkative. He checked the wheels, inspected the hydraulics, and then ventured into the car cabin. Petrovich, why did you go inside the cabin? I frantically waved my hands, trying to get his attention. Who was messing with your wiring? Was it you? He exclaimed. No, I took it to a professional, I replied. Petrovich cursed under his breath, clearly displeased with the situation. I wish I could tear their hands off. Look here, Petrovich pointed at the recorder with his dirty finger. Doesn't it bother you? He asked. Well, the light bulb keeps blinking. I responded, blinking my eyes comically to imitate a flickering light. And sometimes it beeps, I added. Why would anyone need interior shots? Are they perverts or something? Or is it you who takes such pictures? He questioned. I glanced around, perplexed by the mention of interior photography. I don't really see the need for a travel chronicle. Everything in my life seems pretty straightforward. Home, work, repeat. Petrovich handed me a recorder and said, Here, watch the movie. I'll be done in half an hour. I relaxed on the dusty couch and sent a message to a girl asking her to clear my bank card within the next half hour. I pressed the play button, but everything else became a blur as the movie turned out to be quite entertaining. It was even an adult movie starring my Alashka. Her so-called cousin and some other person were seen driving my car around. And then there was the so-called mom, who turned out to be a man younger than 50. Petrovich suddenly appeared out of nowhere, his face turning red as he peered at the screen and realized what was happening. He swore under his breath. Just then, I heard Alla's voice in my ear. I made my way toward her. Are you a stargazer? I asked, and she immediately slapped me. And then she slapped me 2 more times. Petrovich intervened, telling her, Listen, you're a harlot. I mean, she's a harlot. It's a sin on her soul. You shouldn't hit a woman. I stepped back, realizing he was right. Go back to the apartment and pack your things. You have an hour to leave, I said. By the time I come back, you better be gone, and I won't see a trace of you in this house. Caught it? Alla nodded, wiping her split lip. I didn't mean to, she said to me. Just go. Go wherever you want. Go so that I never have to see you again, I replied. The girl disappeared behind the garage gate for the second time that day. Then my guardian angel, Petrovich, spoke up again. Shall we have a drink? I raised my eyebrows in surprise and smiled, replying, Let's have a little. I handed Petrovich a large bill and told him that only he could have it now. He hit the gas and drove around the city, eventually ending up back at home an hour later. As expected, all of Alka's belongings were gone, and I decided that I would start anew. A new life, a new beginning. A few days later, I noticed a folded note on the nightstand next to the sofa, but I didn't bother reading it.